I know you guys probably hate me for making you wait this long. I'm so sorry. I wish I had like a set schedule, but it's here now, so. Hey everybody, I'm gonna make this intro really quick. Welcome back to my channel. We are completing the one, the only Sasha. I hope you guys can learn something from my tutorial today. I am so insanely excited for you guys to see Sasha's room. It was worth the wait in my opinion. Just saying, it's probably my favorite room right now. Obviously, if you don't want to watch the tutorial, you can skip ahead to the end and you can see the finished results. It's so good. So good. Like, I'm actually super proud of this one. Not to toot my own horn, but just keep watching and you'll find out. We've got Jade, we've got Chloe, and now it's time for Sasha. It's a cluttered mess, but let's get into it. I've been collecting art materials here and there and everywhere. Basically, every time I like something, I'd add it to her room. A lot of this stuff is from her old room. Oops. I'm like clumsily trying to show it off, but like everything falls. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so a lot of this stuff is from her old room, but we are going to revamp everything. And we're gonna start with the bed. This is her old bedding, and the bed that I made for her actually has storage underneath. Thank you so much, My Froggy Stuff. I'm pretty sure these are just stickers, and they're easily removable. So I was contemplating just literally sticking onto the actual dresser. No matter where I like place these, it looks like it lines up right there. Kind of, but then there's like a little bit of a gap on the one side, so it's kind of annoying. I feel like that doesn't look that bad to have it off center a bit. With all the furniture and the rugs and stuff, I feel like that won't be very noticeable, so yeah. So like I said, these are just sticker sheets from the dollar store that I added onto the shelving because they are easily removable if I didn't like it. My shelf has a bit of a bump at the back, but that's okay. Then it's time to make the walls, and because I like to put a lot of things on the walls, I'm actually just making separate wall inserts. To do this, I measure out my shelf dimensions and then cut it out of foam board, paste my wallpaper, and then I kind of just wrap the excess around the back so that you don't see it at the top or the sides. Pretty straightforward, and it looks like this. Then I can just slide them in, but the one on the right, I used a glitter paper from the dollar store that was not working out, so I went and got some gold vinyl from Cricut, and then I was trying to decide what to do for the back wall. I had some really fun wallpapers from a booklet I got from Michael's, and I really like this green one with the gold kind of like starburst accents. The record one would have been too much for a whole wall, so I think it was a good compromise to make it the trim instead. Okay, on to the bed. So I wanted to make it a little cozier, and I really like this blue velvet, so I decided to add it to the back. A lot of measuring, cutting, and gluing. I didn't use the hot glue for the whole thing because I didn't want it to like seep through, but I needed a strong enough hold for the top, and I am loving it. It looks so cozy. I had to replace the white paper in the front, and her daybed is ready for new bedding. The Dollar Tree is amazing for scrap fabrics for doll houses and like doll clothes. I use this felt to be like the inner lining of her comforter, and I found the silk fabric from Fabricland in the sale section. So I basically cut 2 pieces of rectangle out of the silk fabric, and then I have to sew 3 sides and leave one of the sides kind of open, but only a section of it like this so that I can turn it inside out. I'm cutting off any excess on the inside so that once you flip it, the inside corners will be more defined. And after this, I can add the insert so that it feels more like a comforter. And after this, I made some pillow covers because the old pillows don't really match anymore. And it's basically the exact same concept as the comforter. Sewing 3 sides, leaving a bit of a space so that I can turn it inside out. And then of course, once it's flipped the right way, then you add the pillow and I hand stitch it closed. And here are some more pillows that I'm doing the exact same thing to. So cozy already, and even cozier with this rug. And then I decided to make a Bunny Boo poster for her wall. And now one of my favorite things for her room, which is little miniature albums, Polaroids, posters, lots and lots of decor for her wall. Let me know if you know any of those albums I chose. I think Sasha and I would have very similar tastes in music. We've got SZA, Tame Impala, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Kendrick, Beyonce, Spice Girls, just a bunch of random things I think that she'd like. And I actually forgot to like film a lot of this, but here are some like vertical snippets I got for a TikTok video of all of like the records and posters and things on the wall. Then I noticed that I could make some space in the corner of her room to actually make a desk. So I decided to make like a really easy floating shelf desk kind of thing. I cut out a specific size in foam board. I think it was like 14 centimeters by like 5. And I covered it in this wood paper as well as this gloss paper I have, just to give it like a laminated kind of look. And there she is. And then I made some wall shelves and I wanted them to be gold. So I'm using the same material, like the poster board, as well as the gold paper I used for her record player shelving unit. And then I basically glue it on and I score the edges so that I can have a clean, crisp corner for the shelves. I also had to cut out little pieces for the sides of the shelves like this. So now it's time to add it to the corners just by gluing it onto the wall with hot glue. And yay, she's got a little study desk area now. Then of the posters that I printed out earlier, I am going to frame most of them. And I have a Pinterest board of all of the posters that I used, as well as some inspiration photos for each of the doll rooms, so you can check out my Pinterest for that. Also for the frames, this is the exact same gold that I used for the shelves. Then I got this jewelry stand from like Temu, I believe, which I thought would be a really good clothing rack for Sasha. And I got these shelf lights from Amazon and they are magnetic and rechargeable, so that is a really cool feature. And I can also make it change colors, so I think that is really cool and fun. And it's finally time for Sasha to enjoy her room. All the mini accessories are in. I cluttered up her shelves and her desk and her side table, added some shoes to her closet area, and I am just loving her room. It is 100% an upgrade from her old room. And yeah, I think this is so Sasha. She has everything she needs for her music studies, all her favorite albums, her study books, her cell phone, a bunch of drinks, which is kind of fun, a funky closet corner with all of her fave pieces. I added a framed Rock Angels picture as well. It's just a super warm and welcoming vibe, which is just so Sasha. So I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below, what is your favorite part of Sasha's bedroom? Is there anything I'm missing? What would you add to her room? Would this be your dorm room vibe? Or are you more of a Jade, Chloe, or Yasmin? Let me know, and thank you so much.